Oscar Pistorius has broken down in tears while hearing evidence from a doctor who tried to save his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp's life. The witnesses spoke of the model's injuries and told the court Pistorius prayed for her not to die.
Oscar Pistorius arrived at court to hear some of the most graphic evidence in his trial so far. The next witness, another neighbour, is also a trained doctor and was the first medic on the scene. Johan Stipp was just 72 metres away when he heard gunshots and screams that night, much closer than the previous witnesses. Like them, he can't be filmed, but he told the court how when he arrived at Pistorius' house, he saw Reeva Steenkamp on the floor, the athlete kneeling by her side.
I remember the first thing he said when I got there was that I shot her. I thought she was a burglar and I shot her.
He went on to say how Pistorius had tried to keep Reeva's airway open and how he too had tried to revive her.
She had no pulse in her neck, she had no peripheral pulse, she had no breathing movements that she made. So to me it was obvious that she was mortally wounded.
As the medical descriptions of Reeva's injuries became more graphic, Oscar Pistorius found it difficult to listen. He bowed his head, covered his ears and appeared to weep. He stayed that way as his neighbour described how the athlete had pleaded for Reeva to live.
Oscar was crying all the time. He prayed to God to please let her live. She must not die. He said at one stage while he was praying that he will dedicate his life and her life to God if she would just only live and not die that night.
After cross-examination where Mr. Stips reiterated that Pistorius had been actively trying to save Reeva that night, court was adjourned for the day. The trial continues.